Are you hesitant on moving to Paraguay but are struggling to find a income? We found a solution for this. Coming to Paraguay for fleeing the decaying West is something a lot of people are doing lately. I mean, we receive weekly new people, and through our consults and conversations in Paraguay and also online, we answer the most profound questions. People are facing challenges with a income. So, how to get income here or how to survive in Paraguay, so to say. You can either have savings, that's one option. So, you sold your house, you sold your assets in the Netherlands or any other country, you've got a couple 100,000 on your bank account, and you start living here on a low cost of living, the least recommendable option because every month or every week you'll see your money go down. Option number two, through passive income. So you invest the money you've earned through your life, the capital you've earned, and some way or the other you get passive income, either through stocks investment, gold, the famous precious metals, Bitcoin, any other form of passive income. For example, the cooperativa is a famous option here locally in Paraguay, between 8 and 14% interest if you put some money in those cooperativa accounts. But it's not in your control and it requires capital. The third and last option is a form of active income. In other words, a income that you are working for as a entrepreneur, so to say, because you can either work locally here in Paraguay with an a minimum wage of $325 converted to dollars, or you could work from your laptop with a location independent income. I'm usually not talking in English, and now I am because there's someone else in this call, and I'm happy. I'm really happy, and we are really no, and I'm really happy to announce a partnership, a collaboration with Billie Olds and her team at Cooperative. Billie is a serial entrepreneur, a business coach, and with her team at BOSS Cooperative, she can guarantee through coaching you, to have a location independent income in 90 days. Besides being a business coach, Billy has a lot of business experience in all kinds of business. But enough about me introducing her. Billy, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Lester has become one of my favorite business nephews on the entire planet. And I've had the distinct pleasure of spending time with he and Anne and baby Rafael while he was still in the tummy while I was down in Paraguay. And I build my trips now around getting to spend more time with them. So I'm honored to be a trusted business auntie to Lester and Anne, as well as to have the opportunity to meet you. As
Yeah.
Lester said, I've been an entrepreneur since I was about 9 years old, and that obsession has never waned. It's never gone away. And this helping other people get started and have the location independence that Lester and I value so deeply and that we share is something that's really important to me.
So, Billy, what are you exactly doing? Because business coaching, guaranteeing incomes in 90 days, that raises a lot of questions. How are you so sure that people are striving through this technique, so to say?
A great question, Lester. And I've had the privilege of teaching various business builder programs over the last 7 or 8 years. And I've taken the collective wealth that I've inherited both as a student and as a teacher of these various courses, and I've put together our own system using some proprietary tools that we have to help run your business, manage the day to day operations in the business, schedule your email postings. It also has this huge depth of tools within it. coupled with a 12-week, very targeted coaching program where we walk you through the process of selecting a niche. So, the industry or the very small segment of the market that you'll be serving. From finding a niche, we look for their problem. So, we'll do some outreach to business owners, preferably in small and mid sized businesses, to find out what takes their time, what takes their money, what drives them crazy, what do they wish they could make just go away. And basically, using our combined knowledge, you don't even have to necessarily have a direct skill that relates to what their problems are. We work together to craft a solution to their problem. That is a service, a coaching, or a consulting that you can offer to that industry to help either alleviate completely or at least lighten the pain points that they're feeling in their business on a day-to-day basis. So we essentially give you a list of niches. There are about 1,000 on there. And from there, we give you a list of proposed solutions. And from there, we teach you how to leverage the tool set that we provide to create those solutions and then to further market, sell, and close your first clients and start working.
So what are you're saying that you already provide the niche and the problem setting for the market, right?
Yes. So there are common problems in all businesses.
Mhm.
And those three common problems, in my belief and experience, are boiled down very simply. Number one is they need more or they need better clients. Pretty simple marketing, right? The next problem is that the administrative end of the business takes too much time, money, or effort. So to me, that's an operational issue. So marketing operations. The third issue is always a mindset issue. I'm not leveraging that new technology because it will take too much time, effort, or I feel fear about trying something new because what if it doesn't work? These are all mindset issues. Those are the three common problems that every business in the world suffers, particularly if they're a smaller business. Yes, and in my mind, small and mid-sized, small business is up to maybe 2 to 5 million a year. A mid-sized business is doing maybe 30 million a year. But these are the prevalent challenges that all business owners face and the biggest hurdles that they will need to, excuse me, that they need to get over in order to become successful, in order to be able to scale their business, and in order to have a better quality of life. Because most entrepreneurs, as we know, are unfortunately doing things wrong and they're spending 60 or 70 or 80 hours working in their business. And we have the ability as a collective to solve for any one of those three problems and profoundly change their business operations and their lives. And it's boiled down that easily. Now, in terms of niche, my team and I have pre selected, as I said, about 1,000 niches. And these are dialed in very specifically to be small and mid sized businesses that struggle the most with these challenges. So, if you think about your local plumber, for example, they have a lot of education and hands on experience fixing plumbing issues, but no one's really ever taught them how to run a business, how to optimize scheduling, how to get the best deals on the equipment that they need, right? Nobody has taught them any of these skills. They're trying to do it themselves, and they're usually doing it very inefficiently, which means that the business owns them instead of them being the owner who works on the business. So it's really a pretty simple formula. We give you a list of those people that we know really struggle, and then we tell you what the problems are that they have. And at that point, we have you do a little outreach. You will literally jump on the phone, you will call some strangers, but will help you do that. And you'll literally call strangers to find out what drives them crazy in their business, what costs them too much time and money, and how you can help. And the solutions are usually much simpler than you think.
Very, very interesting. It sounds nearly too good to be true. I mean, the concepts make sense. Can you maybe put it into practice? What kind of people, consults, or coaches did you raise? Did you train to become those kind of entrepreneurs? And
We've done
does it
so many.
require to does it require you to be entrepreneurial?
No, to be entrepreneurial, I just want to break a mindset that many people have that it's a special skill set, it's a special personality that allows you to be an entrepreneur. And that's not the fact. An entrepreneur is someone who is willing to learn new information and then do something with that information. That's it. Literally, you are learning and you are doing and you're trying things. If it doesn't work for you or it doesn't work quite in the way you like, you adjust and you keep moving. But being an entrepreneur is just being willing to try. So that's the first. Um, I understand what you're saying about it sounding too good to be true because I have simplified it a little bit for the sake of this call because it is a 12-week program for a reason. And it's not just myself who's providing information. I think the most valuable thing that we offer is a community because I'm, as an autistic woman, I'm very good at seeing patterns and I'm very good at seeing businesses sort of like an IKEA drawing, the exploded parts drawing of, the chair. I see businesses that way, which is very unusual. But everyone has some sort of unusual gift. And just because I have the gift at helping choose a niche and finding problems doesn't mean I'm great at marketing those. So we surround ourselves with this community of coaches. Um, we have our marketing coach, Matt, is from Brazil. He owns a beautiful hotel on the seacoast. Um, Cliff, whom you met recently, he was just down in Paraguay with our dear friend Lester. Cliff is a yacht captain, and he also owns a business helping people create websites that convert. So he's one of our automation and website specialists. My assistant, Muhammad, is a young genius from Pakistan who knows everything about tech and automations that this old girl doesn't want to know. It's escapes me. It's a little too much. We have our French sales coach, who's the most persuasive person I've ever met. Um, we have an actor and geologist who's very involved in storytelling to help us tell the story of our brand, right? So it's a big collaboration of people who surround us so that each week you're getting perspective from someone whom you haven't really tapped before, who's able to give you really direct assignments to do over the course of the week or 2 weeks to get you from point A to point B. So we're always making actionable steps. And I think that's the key is we break everything down into these little granular pieces that are easy to understand and accomplish rather than just giving you kind of big ideas and saying, go and figure it out.
And
The
what
other
kind of
thing we have is, oh, I'm
sorry,
sorry, go ahead.
what kind of
I get very
example?
excited.
Yes, me too. Likewise. What kind of examples can you brief showcase to the audience of what kind of entrepreneurs did you raise, the consultants and the coaches? What are they doing
Guys,
right now?
some of them are really unlikely. My favorite, most unlikely story is is actually someone I trained and then brought him in as a coach because what he did is so fantastic. Um, Jan Hansa Verhaak, I hope I said that right, Hansa, is from the Czech Republic, and he is a dog trainer. He has transitioned his business from hands-on dog training to literally being able to coach and train globally by leveraging technology. And with remote training, he actually had two dogs in his student group who went on to the world championships last year for search and rescue training dogs, all of which was leveraged remotely. And I think that's one of the best examples of something that's very unlikely that can be done if you're creative about how you structure it and leverage tech. I have another student. This is another favorite because it's so unlikely. He has some relatives from the country of Georgia and had visited, liked it, enjoyed the wines, and realized there wasn't great distribution for Georgian wine, especially in Asia. So he decided, seeing that the Georgian wineries needed an outlet, he started reaching out to distributorships in China and putting together deals to import Georgian wine into China. And as a result of that, a famous American musician from the disco age called Kool and the Gang, they sang a song called Celebrate. Uh, they have reached out to this man and said, actually, can you also please do the distribution of our rock bands or our disco bands uh, want champagne product? So, very unlikely. Many of the people I work with are working on marketing or sales for various clients. So, one I spoke to this morning is in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and they're providing retargeting services. So, kind of reactivating clients that haven't come in for a while for chiropractors who work with sports therapy. So it's something very specific, and that's the niche, and that's what we help you choose. You find out the problem, and in their case, it was we have this huge client roster, but they don't come in regularly. It costs us so much less to bring an old client back in than it does to find a new one. So that my client jumped in and said, "By gosh, I'll help you. We will find ways of reactivating your current mailing list." So again, it seems a little bit unlikely, but it's a simple and elegant solution. Oh, you need more sales? I'll help you make those. You need more leads? I'll help you find them. And in this particular client's case, she's not a marketing expert. She's a mom. Her professional expertise lies somewhere else completely. But we know that we can learn how to do certain things, and more importantly, that we can outsource using some of the online platforms, such as Upwork and Fiverr, which are global, and hire the people to fill in those little gaps that we don't have so that we can focus on being the CEO, which is working on the business and helping it grow instead of working in the business, doing all of those tedious day to day details that many entrepreneurs unfortunately find themselves doing. And I could expand. We go all over the world with these fun things. I have one fella who is passionately in love with Peru and has been backpacking and hiking and exploring for the last couple of years. He's also he's leveraged that into becoming a travel writer. And beyond just saying, I'd like to write occasional travel pieces and hope someone buys them, he's working with different tour providers, going on some of the tours with them on their expense. They're inviting him along. And he's then writing the articles and publication, helping them publish them and send press releases out that bring in more business. And he's able to do this while he's traveling in Peru and living the lifestyle that he wants. So there are many, many different ways of leveraging these things, but the key is generally working with a smaller or mid-sized local business, whether that's a chiropractor with their own practice, whether that's a bakery, whether it's a tire repair shop, it doesn't matter. Usually, people who learn to trade and learn a skill are amazing at their skill, but they need help with their business.
Interesting. To summarize, entrepreneur is a person, according to your definition, it's someone that is curious to learn new things, that looks for a problem set, or at least validates if there's a problem or something to improve, which can be turned around to a problem, finds that in the right niche, or either way, first the niche, then the problem setting, and then validates it with you and your team to hit the ground running and setting up a
Exactly.
business. As long as you're curious, you can become a entrepreneur. Will it be easy? Probably not, because it requires a lot
Parts
of, yeah, sorry.
there's always going to be one segment that's hard. And the three
Yeah.
segments are basically finding your niche and creating your offer. So, really understanding what you want to do. The next one that's hard for some people like myself is setting up the tech. So, creating your website, maybe filing your business entity if that's not something you've done before. So, our coaches help with that too, because it is complex and understanding if I'm moving to Paraguay, do I want to have a Dutch business entity? Do I want to have a Paraguayan business entity? Should it be somewhere else for
Mm,
taxes, etc.? So we actually have a coach who specifically helps with that also. Um,
yeah. And
and the third section of that is going to be the sales and marketing.
yeah,
So at some point, each of us will struggle a little bit, but the benefit of being part of a community of coaches and participants going through a program is that we have a very active message board where we talk to each other every single day, where we can share our problems, share those questions, and more importantly, get answers or at least get a push in the right direction.
And what I like a lot about you is that you keep the clients, you don't see the clients as clients because later on you still are in contact with all your business nephews. I mean, you named yourself Business Auntie for a reason. You do see all your pupils as a big family. You're traveling around in Europe the coming weeks, so to say, and you're going by all these past clients that are happily inviting you to London, to Vienna. You're even visiting me in Amsterdam, which also will be very, very nice. Your first time in Amsterdam. So that's great. That's really, yeah, heartwarming to see it. It's significant. It means a lot.
People
One
ask me
question.
often, Lester, why I do this. Sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
Um, I'm one of those women who rode horses all of my life, and I'm allergic to children. So this is my legacy work. I do love other people, and I do want the opportunity to give back. But on a more selfish level, and this is true. I'm embarrassed, but it's true. I'm a selfish old lady who likes having business nieces and nephews all around the world so that we can have these experiences together, so that we can share those wins and say, this amazing thing has happened, or I was able to do this special thing I've always wanted. And selfishly, those are the moments that I live for. Being able to help other people achieve them means a great deal.
Wow. That's great to hear. And it makes complete sense to work from the laptop in the and earn money from the Western world. There's a bigger population, there's more money, and there's, well, more niches to discover because here in Paraguay, well, you can try to locally do something with your laptop and try to do something here, but only 6 million, what, 6.8 million people, and of that people, what kind of size does really have money or are really entrepreneurs that you can help with? So to say, it's better to either get your money from the Western population. But coming to the part of money, how much money do I, as a new entrepreneur, need to start a business as a coach or a consult through your coaching program? Does it require a lot of capital?
It is not capital heavy at all. Literally, we provide you with the tools and the systems to do everything for, I think it's less than €400 per month. Now, the initial training period does have a cost associated as well. Um, but it's important to us that these are not exorbitant costs. What's important is that people are able to do this and join us in Paraguay or wherever they want to. But there is the monthly recurring cost is literally for the tools upon which you can build and run your entire business, as well as scaling it and using the tool sets that will provide you to provide additional services to your clients as well. So the things I'm alluding to are things like social media management. Say I want to help my client get more clients. I've decided to do social media management. All the tools to do that are inside the software we give you. Everything. You don't need to have a separate tool for sending out emails. For those of you who are familiar with emailing platforms, you don't need a separate platform. It's all in one. You don't need a separate platform to build your website. It's all in one. So all of our communications, our customer service, um, our customer retention model, all of our information is in one place, including every time someone's contacted us, purchased something from us, interacted with their social medias, what have you. So we have all of that data and all of that structure for our business just in a neat box. And if you're doing coaching and consulting yourself, you don't need to spend any more money than that, than your basic tool set. That's it. We believe very strongly, and I can't state this enough, the most the most successful and easy to start businesses, especially for those of us who haven't done this before, is going to be doing coaching, which is one on one helping another person with something. The next will be consulting, and that is where you're consulting in a business. You're helping within a business rather than to an individual. And the third one is providing a service. And the way we structure things, you don't need any equipment. You're not going to be going from door to door. You're not going to be providing an on site physical service. These are all going to be things that you can do remotely or hire someone else to do the on the ground part for a much lower rate than what you could charge. frankly.
Yes, sounds very, very interesting. It makes me enthusiastic again, and I know about the program, so it's not too much of concepts, it's more practical, which I like a lot. Coming to the program, I mean, there are more business coaches, so to say, in the industry of entrepreneurial coaching. What makes you and BOSS Cooperativa, the group you represent, different and distinctive from the others?
Typically, in a business program, they will give you a broad outline of how to do things. And then they'll say, okay, go figure it out. So they may say to you, build a website, get a domain name and build a website. Well, those are things that are done in two different places and in two completely different ways. And where should I get my domain name? How do I register? How do I attach that to my website? How do I build my website? Which is the best platform to build my website upon? Right? These are questions that normal programs do not answer for you. They just say, go do it. You should be able to figure it out. It's not hard. In our case, we say that's a silly waste of your time. Why don't we hand you all of the tools and train you how to use them as we go? And I think that's a tremendous difference is that we actually implement with you the things that we're talking about. This isn't theoretical. This is a very hands-on program where you and the coaches and the other participants are getting together and actually making things happen and being given the tools to learn as you need to make them happen. I think the other thing is that we're a global team, which is really great. And 90% of us own our own location independent businesses. We have a couple of people that have Matthew, who's in the UK, for example, owns an event rental space in Soho, London, and he still lives in London and doesn't plan to be internationalizing immediately. So he's more tied to a location, but he is the only one. And his other businesses are also location independent. So he theoretically can travel from anywhere with the exception of that event space. And that's what we'd like for you as well.
Hmm. And then you have a special designed model. I think about this model, HATS model, so to say. What's that about?
We do. So the thing that makes it work for us is CATS, and that stands for community, which is the community that you have not only of coaches, but the other participants in the program and some past participants who like to stay involved as well. That community really helps because you always have someone there 24/7. There's always going to be someone popping into those message boards and seeing those questions and wanting to help you out. So the community makes a big difference. Um, Also, the people in your life when you're building a business and doing something outside of the norm of going to somebody else's boring office, the people in your life don't understand. And as much as they love you and as much as they believe in you, they don't understand what you're going through. They don't understand what you're doing. So that community becomes even more important. The next thing that we have is accountability. So we have an actual accountability coach that goes in and checks every week whether you've done your assignments. If you're lagging behind on the assignments, he jumps in and says, hey, I've noticed this isn't done. How may I help you? Right? Um, and within the assignments themselves, you can talk to the coaches. The other participants won't see it. It's just between you and the coaches, unless you want to share it. But you have the accountability of knowing, having that external pressure, and having the check-ins from somebody who wants you to succeed to hold you accountable each week for getting things done and for moving, taking your baby steps forward. They don't have to be big leaps, but keeping you accountable for moving forward, I think, is really important. The next thing we do are the tools, which we've already talked about. The platform that we use is something called M Suite Pro, and it is based on the platform called High Level and a bunch of other fabulous things, which is an all-in-one marketing and outreach platform. And then in M Suite Pro, we've added just a ton more features and a lot of templates and things. So you don't need to make a website from scratch. There's a template. Um, so that is part of the tool set. And the last thing is systems. We have systematized everything because as an autistic woman, I need that. I need the granularity and I need a replicable system for doing things. so that I do it the same way and I do it consistently and provide the best value and the best deliverable to my clients as possible. So we help you develop the systems for doing that, both using tools and by helping create your own scheduling, and doing some very lovely things that I know Lester has done lately, which would be time audits. So you understand at a very deep level how you're spending your time and how we can improve those flows and create those systems not only in the business but within your life. So again, CATS, community, accountability, tools, systems.
Well, thank you, Billy, for explanation of the CATS model. I think that we can talk extensively about all the knowledge and all the topics with your experience. But let's finish it here. I really like to thank you about the explanation. And for the people that shown interest in this idea of having a active income, a location independent active income, so to say, from Paraguay or starting in the Netherlands, preparing their income and then making the move to Paraguay. How could these people contact you? How can they reach out?
We have a fabulous website that is www.inkomen25.com. And hopefully, Lester, you can add that in the notes. It's even spelled in Dutch so that it's very easy for you to find. It's Inkomen and the numbers 25.com or .nl. We have them both. So you can visit it there. And if you can schedule a call to speak with me directly or with Coach Cliff, rather, who Lester has also met and can vouch for, who is the co-lead on this program with myself. So
Yeah,
all you
we've
need to do is go to that website and schedule a call with one of us, and we'll tell you all about it.
right. That sounds fabulous. Yeah, we've met each other, by the way, through our shared love for this great country called Paraguay. Yeah.
I do.
Well,
I just started going. I've been there 3 times now, and I cannot wait to go back. And I'm already looking at property. So
mm,
I can tell you that what Lester and Anne and Yorun and the others are doing here in Paraguay is beautiful. The community that they've built is amazing. And it's a very welcoming space. It's even as an ignorant American, being welcomed so openly by everyone is amazing. It's something special you're creating down there.
oh, thank you very much for saying that, Billy. And yeah, I hope to see you soon on the other side here in Paraguay again. And yeah, we'll definitely follow up with people that are showing interest in this. We will also follow up with more videos to come. I mean, we can talk, like I already said, extensively about all kinds of topics. Maybe we could even poll it and ask people, what do you find interesting and where can we focus on? We can focus on either of the business steps of starting up. I think you're also launching very soon a ebook. If not, it might already be launched
Yes.
for people to
I
look what we've briefly discussed in this call together. People can look at themselves. You know, you can also try to do it yourself, by the way. I mean, being an entrepreneur
Absolutely.
doesn't require a coach. However, with the CATS model, especially the accountability, a coach, multiple coaches that you have contact with on a weekly basis through coaching, like one-on-one coaching, group coaching, but also accountability coaching. So people will follow up on what you should have done. That's, I think,
Exactly.
one of the best, yeah, like the best proof systems to make it work. In the end, it's probably not the most challenging thing to do. It's new. It's getting out of your comfort zone if you haven't done this before. But with the right mindset, with the right set of people around you, the right surroundings, Paraguay would be an option. And even if it's not Paraguay, you can go wherever you want. But luckily, we are here ourselves. Well, me and Anne and Jeroen and the rest of Project Paraguay, we are here in Paraguay and we are here ready to welcome you. Thank you once again, Billy, aka Business Auntie, and also my mentor. I'm grateful for helping me out, Billy, on all these challenges I have. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you trusting me and thinking highly enough of what we're doing to share it with your audience. That means a lot. and we're very grateful for you as well. So
110,
to many,
110%
many
confidence.
continued years of success together, my friend.
For sure. For sure.